as believers, we know that like there's not a problem we have with sharing, because we all know that what God has for us is for us, and can't no one take it from us. In his likeness, he's made us, and he's made us as creators. So I'm not necessarily like, you rarely will hear me saying the word competition. You guys are now part of a family, an extended family, that people are here from all over the world, and they're all here with somewhat of the same mindset. Is there anyone in here that's doing an alliance at all with anyone inside the academy? Is there anyone doing any alliances?
Hey, Coach, I have an alliance.
Yeah. Oh, what's up, Earl? We were just talking about you. Yeah. You got an alliance with Lisa?
Lisa and Brian, yeah, the Rental Street property.
Talk a little bit about that, if you would. What are you doing? What are you guys doing?
You know, so we basically shared out, you know, our interest is that we believe, like, if we can leverage each other's time and, you know, each other's expertise to help scale up faster, you accomplish more if you're working in like an abundance mind frame instead of scarcity. So, like, I'm not competing against Lisa and Brian. We're in the same seating, but we're sharing. We're sharing resources and ideas, and it's really refreshing. And I like to do that, you know, with every student in the academy, because I just don't want to be stuck in Rochester. That's
interesting. I'm glad you said that, dude. And that's part of the reason why I asked, because I know, like, Bendu was in the not in the academy. She was in the session a couple weeks ago, talking about she uprooted her family, moved everybody to the Dominican Republic from North Carolina. But the reason why she was able to do that was because she started an alliance. So what she did was she started an alliance with, I can't remember exactly who it was, in Chicago. She was in North Carolina, and I'm not sure which one happened first, but she started the alliance in Chicago, and then Airbnb a portion of her home that she was in. She had extra space. So I'm not sure which one happened first, one or the other. But then the person that she started the alliance with in Chicago had stuff in the Dominican Republic, and it was going very well. And Bendu, she connected Bendu with the same person that she's working with in the Dominican Republic. And Bendu ended up getting a really nice one in the Dominican Republic. We went through the numbers. It was like generating like $40-something thousand a year after rent's paid. So literally within about 4 months time, after getting the one in Chicago and then doing just the extra space she had in her house, she was now making more money with Airbnb than she was making with the job that she had in working for the insurance company for 12 years. So she quit her job, single mom, took her 3 children, moved them to the Dominican Republic. Now her whole house is being hosted, and the money she's making is multiples of what she was making at her full-time job. The last time she talked here, she was talking about how she was mad. She ran across one of her old pay stubs, and she looked at it. She said she got mad. She said she could not believe that she gave that many years of her life to be pinching pennies the way she was for her and her kids. But she was happy, but mad, right? Because it just kind of hit her. But the value of, like, that was just one story. One of the things Earl said was, it's not coming from a scarcity mindset. And that's one of the things I tell you guys from the start, right? Is that as believers, we know that, like, there's not a problem we have with sharing, because we all know that what God has for us is for us, and can't no one take it from us. In his likeness, he's made us, and he's made us as creators. So I'm not necessarily, like, you rarely will hear me saying the word competition. If I say it, it's just because it's a word that's maybe relevant to how I'm explaining something, but I don't look at competition. A lot of times you guys are talking about different programs and different things, and I go, I don't even know. Why? Because I'm not even looking at what everybody else out there is doing, because I'm not concerned about competition. What God has for me is for me, and he gives me the vision to create, right? There's whatever he has, we talk about the market being saturated. Like earlier, we were talking about that, and there's a reality to that piece. However, that doesn't mean that if that's what he has for you, the resources are not totally tapped out. They never are. He's the creator of heaven and earth. If there's something he has for you, he'll bring it to form. I'm never concerned about competition. It's not even something, like, literally I give I give zero energy to that thought. And so I would encourage you the same thing. You know, as we're talking about the value, one of the big values in the academy is, as I talk about all the time, is just the community. Like, this is you guys are now part of a family, an extended family, that people are here from all over the world, and they're all here with somewhat of the same mindset, right? That vision for their life and their family. And what is it about for them? It's always, just like you, it's always bigger than just them. It might be something different. They may have a heart to do other things as they're helping people, but you know, it's always bigger than them. So people are doing alliances, you know, helping out, you know, each other with their not-for-profits, helping out each other with this thing, helping out each other in other aspects, right? Because their hearts, you know, just knitted together as they just began talking inside the platform. Or you heard someone saying something and then boom, someone reached out to them because of something that Earl said. And so someone reached out, or something that Siobhan said. And so they reached out, or something that Jessica talked about, or Franklin talked about, right? And then they reached out, or Lisa and Brian, and they just reached out. And before you know it, now they're talking offline, online, privately, publicly. And before you know it, now it just makes sense.